What's going on, guys? Bengal King here, coming back at you with another video, and I got this idea. It's not groundbreaking or revolutionary or anything like that, but I figured you guys would appreciate it. So, as you can tell from the title, this is the 2020 NFL Draft in Madden 20. We're going to let the CPU do everything. The CPU is going to have total control in terms of drafting players, and we're going to see what the CPU would do in terms of drafting in the NFL Draft. So, every pick of the first round, we'll show some of the second round, third round, whatever it is. I want you guys to see how ridiculous things can get. And the Madden draft engine is kind of weird. It's like you'll see some teams take positions and players they don't necessarily need, but we're going to simulate through this season. But I would like to thank Cove today for sponsoring this video so I can bring you guys these awesome Bluetooth headphones. They wirelessly stream audio from all your smartphone devices, so whether you're like me, you have an iPhone or an Android, works on all of them. They're noise canceling, so they'll take out any ambient, unwanted noises. Great on planes. I actually use them a lot to cut the grass, and the audio quality is still spectacular. They have a built-in microphone, so you can answer calls hands-free on the go. And the great thing about these is I'm like really bad sometimes, and I'll drop things, and I'll often break or misplace, but they have an IPX7 water resistant rating, which means that you can leave these things in water for up to 30 minutes within 3 feet of water. They're going to be absolutely fine. And you can even have them for up to 7 hours without having to recharge them again. So they're absolutely incredible. The sound quality is fantastic. I really actually love the wire in the back because with some competitors that don't have a wire, I'll lose one of them, which is really, really bad. So these are fantastic. I've been using them for about a month, and they're crazy. Crazy good, and I've managed to actually secure my followers a fantastic discount. You can get a 60% discount when you use my code BENGAL60. 60%. They're usually $159.99, and you can get them for $65 when you use my discount code BENGAL60. They're incredible. I cannot recommend them highly enough, so I really think that you guys should go out and get them if you're in need of a new headphone. And we are going to see whatever the overalls happen to be for the teams, whatever the records end up being. It's going to be a lot of fun, actually, in my opinion. So if you guys are new here, would appreciate hitting that subscribe button. And also, if you're new, you might not know, it's like, how are you going to get these players in the draft? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I have my own draft class that I've created, and it has a lot of players that are eligible in 2020. And of course, this does come with a disclaimer that I'm sure many of you guys will have figured out already, is that I have made this class, and the college football season has not started yet. What does that mean? It means that players that come out of nowhere and absolutely go off for their teams and really elevate their draft stock a ton are not going to be in this. So if you're watching this come April, March, you know, after the season's over, even February, earlier than that, there are going to be some players that end up going really high in the draft that aren't even in this class at all. You just can't know that yet. So this is kind of going off projections in you know, the rest of the season. So if you guys want to download my draft class, I'd be very happy if you did that. It is now the most downloaded class, most downloaded file in general on Madden 20. It is 2020 NFL Draft Bengal. Should be very easy for you guys to find. Created by, of course, yours truly, Gene Dangus. 12,000 downloads, almost 13,000 at this point. This first one came out on the 25th, like one of the first days Madden was even able to be played. And then my class has been updated pretty much every day. 120 plus real prospects, as you guys can see. I think it's more like 140 now, but you can go ahead and download that file. I already have it, so it doesn't matter. And then you just load that in. If you already had it downloaded from the main screen, you just import it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to import it, and you guys can see these players, but I've accidentally clicked the wrong thing, so got to go through this scouting tutorial. I already know how to do it. Believe me, I've been here. I've done this a lot of times. If you already do that, no worry. Just go ahead and hit the left stick, then import local file, and you just load up the draft class, and it is perfect. Well, I mean, obviously, it loads up perfectly. I mean, it's not perfect class. I'm sure there are going to be a lot of things that are worth changing. But this is the class. At quarterback, we have Tua Tagovailoa, Justin Herbert, Jake Fromm, KJ Costello, all real quarterbacks up until the undrafted section, so ends with Derek King. There have been so many changes made, and I'm getting a lot of comments on my actual draft class video. People, you know, wanting to make changes and saying like, oh, this should be changed, this should be better, this should be worse, his height's wrong. It's like, the changes have been made already. You guys got to download the class, you'll see that. But a lot of running backs in here. When you go over to wide receiver, there are a ton of wideouts. Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Reagor, Got Antonio Gandy Golden out of Liberty. Donovan Peoples-Jones is in here. Tariq Black, another Michigan receiver. TJ Vasher. So we have almost 20 receivers in this class. At tight end, Albert Okwe-Ibenam. Got Grant Calcaterra. Or Calcaterra, I think. There are a lot of players. A ton of tackles and a bunch of guards, centers, right guard. There are a ton of them. There are 6 up until undrafted. Bunch of tackles at right tackle as well. Nick Coe is in here. Khalid Kareem. A bunch of right ends as well, up through Marlon Davidson. Bunch of defensive tackles down through Rashard Lawrence. Anthony Jennings is in here. Khalid Hudson. At middle linebacker, goes all the way down to Joe Bacci. Not Bacci, I was mispronouncing that in my previous video. Shaquille Quarterman's in there as well, actually. Right outside linebacker, we have Kaylavon Chason, I believe it is. Julian Aquar is in there. Cornerback, Bryce Hall, all the way down through Terrell Shaw. No, AJ Terrell, excuse me. Terrell Shaw is not a real player. Free safety, Shaheem Carter, who's like a versatile hybrid corner. Brandon Jones is in here. Goes down through him at strong safety. Goes down to Kyle Duggar out of Lenoir Rhine. So there are a ton of different players in here. And we're going to go ahead and see how the draft would go in Madden NFL 20 for 2020. So let's go ahead and simulate to the draft and see who drafts who. So NFL draft time, the order is going to be completely different from what you see in the actual 2020 NFL draft. And as you can see, the Giants did really, really well, and we finished 9-7 and are picking number 22 in the draft. But let's go ahead and see how things play out. The Dolphins very well could have the #1 overall pick in 2020. They could take a quarterback. Is it going to be Justin Herbert? Is it going to be Tua Tagovailoa? Could it be a completely different quarterback? In general, could it be another position? Could they be not even inside the top 10? But the Dolphins at #1 overall take. It is Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback out of Alabama, and that puts the Houston Texans on the clock as they take Derek Brown, defensive tackle out of Auburn. Tampa Bay Bucks pick at #3, and they select Chase Young, edge rusher out of Ohio State. Titans on the clock at #4. They select Bryce Hall, a cornerback out of Virginia. Vikings, who love taking their big cornerbacks under Coach Zimmer, end up going with another cornerback, and it is Trayvon Diggs. That's so funny because he is the brother of Stephon Diggs, who many of you will know is a wide receiver for the Vikings. So Trayvon Diggs versus Stephon Diggs, not only on the same team, they will be going up against each other in camp, in practice. That's a really, really fun matchup. That's a really fun storyline. That'll be the coolest thing that happens in this by far. As the Seahawks go, Walker Little to finally upgrade that tackle position. Dwayne Brown might be retired or something else by this point, so we don't really know. Maybe off the team. Maybe Walker Little plays right tackle. Maybe Dwayne Brown even slides over, although it's more unlikely. Rams go with the tackle. They take Trey Smith out of Tennessee. Maybe even slide him inside to guard. Potential for that. He's got good build for it. Cardinals take C.J. Henderson out of Florida. They go with a cornerback. Who knows what Patrick Peterson's up to in real life at this point. And he was in trade rumors this past year, so maybe they take him to pair up with Byron Murphy as the Bengals are on the board at #9. And they select Jerry Jeudy. The first receiver goes off the board. Doesn't make it out of the top 10 as the Eagles are picking at #10. And the Eagles take Dylan Moses out of speedy linebacker to that defense. Broncos at #11 take Tyler Biadasz out of Wisconsin. Upgrade that offensive line, as they've done through the past couple of drafts, really, especially in 2019. Jets at #12. Go with A.J. Epineza out of Iowa. Take an edge rusher. Buffalo Bills at #13. Go with Grant Delpit. If Grant Delpit lasts till 13, it'd be like the whole Derwin James situation all over again, in my opinion, as the Lions are up at #14. And they take Troy Dye, another athletic linebacker. This one out of Oregon. I don't know why I feel like he's going to get drafted by the Raiders. I don't know if he'll be a first-round pick, but he just feels like he's going to stay on the West Coast. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But the Raiders are on the clock now at 15. And they take Shaheem Carter out of Alabama. Maybe play him at free safety. Maybe play him at cornerback. We'll have to see what they do there if that were to happen. Redskins go Raekwon Davis. We know they love their Alabama defensive players, and it gets no different. So they have Landon Collins, who went to Alabama. They have Jonathan Allen, who went to Alabama. They have Deron Payne, who went to Alabama. They have a bunch. Who's in their linebacking core that went to Alabama? They have Why am I blanking? They have Ryan Anderson, who went to Alabama. They have Reuben Foster, who went to Alabama. Basically, their entire defense is Alabama, and they add yet another Alabama defensive lineman. I might have missed someone there as well. I can't remember their whole lineup offhand, but Carolina Panthers at number 17 go CD Lamb. Cam Newton gets a sick weapon to pair with DJ Moore out of Maryland. They lost Devin Funchess, and they replace him in this draft with a sick playmaker from the Big 12. Steelers at 18 go Isaiah Simmons out of Clemson. That's such a Steelers pick, honestly. Big, physical, strong safety that could slide down and play linebacker. He's done some of that at Clemson. They could use a Ryan Shazier replacement. They could use a speedy, big linebacker type, like moneybacker almost, and Isaiah Simmons would fill that role really, really well. Chiefs at number 19, kind of a disappointing season for them as they take Andrew Thomas, offer Patrick Mahomes some protection. Jaguars at 20 go Nick Coe. One of the better edge rushers in this class. And they've really prioritized that position. I guess in this scenario, maybe they don't hold on to Yannick Ngakoue, and they need someone to pair with Josh Allen. So there goes Nick Coe out of Auburn. 49ers go Albert Okwuegbunam out of Mizzou. I guess they're going to go dual tight end stuff. That's what I mean by picks don't make a bunch of sense sometimes. Because you have George Kittle. You're probably not going to take a tight end, but Okwuegbunam is a fantastic player to take in general. As the Giants at number 22, I am not going to take the player. We're going to simulate it. And they go with Justin Herbert. Oh my God. Back-to-back quarterbacks taken in the first round by the Giants. Maybe in this scenario, Pat Shurmur's been fired. Dave Gettleman's been fired. And they do what the Cardinals did with the new head coach. And they bring in another quarterback. And they trade Daniel Jones. One can only dream. But the Chargers, now on the clock at 23, go Christian Fulton, a cornerback out of LSU. Continue to add to their talented secondary. Although I kind of doubt they take a cornerback. Anthony Jennings goes to the Indianapolis Colts. Versatile outside linebacker. Probably more of an edge rusher, but I think a good fit for them. Patty Fisher. Going to pair him with Deion Jones in their LB core. He'll probably slide outside since they're in a 4-3. Maybe he replaces the Devondre Campbell type. Maybe he plays left outside linebacker. Remains to be seen. The Raiders on the board again, and of course trades will be made. But Tristan Wirfs is the pick. They upgrade on the offensive tackle front. Laviska Shenault to the Cowboys. They get a big playmaking wide receiver. Well, about 6'1", 6'2", but he plays bigger in that, in my opinion. Patriots go Jake Fromm, the heir apparent to Tom Brady. Maybe Tom Brady's not even in the NFL at this point. Although, I mean, he seems like he can play forever. Browns at number 29 go with Alaric Jackson out of Iowa. The Saints at number 30 as the Packers won the Super Bowl. Ravens pick at 31. That was the Super Bowl matchup. Ravens-Packers. Saints go with T. Higgins out of Clemson. They upgrade that receiving core, and it's about time. Michael Thomas needs someone across. And maybe Traquan Smith has a great year in real life. Ted Ginn's probably gone by this point. But the Ravens go with Tadarius Slayton out of Florida. Wouldn't be the first time they've taken a Florida defender at the end of the first round. See Matt Elam. Maybe this one goes a little bit better for them. Packers at 32. Super Bowl champions take Trey Adams out of Washington. They get a tackle to go alongside David Bakhtiari. I know he's more of a left tackle in real life, but for class balancing, shifted him over. Dolphins on the board at the top of the second round. They go Jalen Johnson out of Utah. Texans go with Jake Hansen, a center out of Oregon, continuing to try and upgrade that offensive line. As the first running back goes off the board, the Bucs go with Jonathan Taylor out of Wisconsin. Titans go with DeAndre Swift. Back-to-back running backs go. Minnesota Vikings take Mekhi Becton out of Louisville. Upgrade that offensive line. Seahawks take Lavert Hill. Another cornerback for them. Logan Stenberg goes to the Rams as they take a back-to-back offensive lineman. Xavier McKinney out of Bama goes to the Redbirds, the Cardinals. Bengals on the clock at number 9 take Alex Leatherwood, a versatile offensive lineman out of Alabama. The Eagles go Michael Divinity, another athletic linebacker from the SEC. They took Dylan Moses earlier, right? Broncos go with Kenneth Murray out of Oklahoma. Travis Etienne goes to the Jets. Bills take Colin Johnson, big play receiver, 6'5", 6'6" out of the University of Texas. Of course, Hook 'em Horns, I'm a big Texas Longhorn fan. Lions, number 14 in the second round, go with Antonio Gandy Golden out of Liberty, or Gandy Golden, excuse me. Bears go with Mustafa Johnson, defensive tackle out of Colorado. Indianapolis Colts go Ben Bredesen out of Michigan, offensive line, to pair alongside Quentin Nelson. Panthers go with Yetur Gross-Matos, edge rusher across from Brian Burns. The Steelers once again are on the clock. They go with K'Lavon Chaisson out of LSU, big edge rusher. Chiefs go with Grant Calcaterra, tight end out of Oklahoma. I guess they're going to run dual tight end setups. Maybe that you think they go defense in real life, but maybe they pair someone alongside Travis Kelce. Jacksonville Jaguars at number 20 go Tipa I don't know how to say it, out of Utah State. Seahawks at number 21 go Calvin Throckmorton, an offensive lineman out of Oregon. Giants back on the clock go Terrell Lewis out of Bama. Nice edge rusher. Finally some edge help. I like that. Chargers at 23 go Lorenzo Neal Jr. Colts at number 24 take Rashard Lawrence out of LSU. That feels like a very Colts pick. I don't know why. I feel like that would just fit well. Falcons at number 25 go Chauncey Rivers, the former Last Chance U star who went to EMCC, then Mississippi State, and now to Atlanta to play for the Falcons. Good pairing with Takk McKinley. I like that. The Bears at number 26 go with Marco Wilson, sick cornerback here at the end of the second round. Cowboys go with Josh Uche out of Michigan. Patriots back again, take Naquan Jones out of Michigan State. Browns, Jeffrey Okudah, keeping him in state. The Ohio State cornerback stays in Ohio, goes to the Cleveland Browns, and they pair him with Denzel Ward for an Ohio State cornerback. How's that? Dolphins at number 30 take Marlon Davidson out of Auburn. Big guy to pair up with Christian Wilkins. Baltimore Ravens go with Khalid Kareem out of Notre Dame. And to end the second round, the Green Bay Packers, Super Bowl champion Green Bay Packers, take Jacob Phillips, a linebacker out of LSU. Now, some players at this point might end up being fake, so I apologize for that, as Kendrick Rogers is not one of them. The Dolphins get a huge receiver, another guy that's about 6'4", 6'5", out of Texas A&M. Maybe this is the next Mike Evans, and he's going to stay in Florida the way Mike Evans is. Texans go with KJ Costello out of Stanford. Some QB competition in Houston with Deshaun Watson, maybe. The Bucs go Jordan Love. That's a sick player out of Utah State. Maybe Bruce Arians gets his quarterback in the future, because I guess that's not Jameis Winston. Errol Thompson, linebacker out of Mississippi State, goes to the Titans. The Vikings take Richard LeCounte, safety out of Georgia. Next up, the Seahawks go Jake Breeland. That feels like a Seahawks pick, too. They're going to keep him in the Pacific Northwest, the tight end. Goes to Seattle. The Rams take Kenny Willekes out of Michigan State. I believe that's how you say that. Also could not be. But Arizona Cardinals go Willie Gay Jr. out of Mississippi State. The Madden doesn't let you choose Madden doesn't let you choose Gay as the last name, even though it is one. Look at William Gay. Look at Willie Gay Jr. And so we had to do a dash. But it wouldn't work with GAE, wouldn't work with two Ys, wouldn't work anyway. So that was the only way I could really do it. Bengals at number 9 go Shaun Wade, cornerback out of Ohio. They're going to keep him in Ohio, barely. Cincinnati might as well be Kentucky. And if you're from Cincinnati and you're like, no, we're not, you basically are. Check a map. The Cincinnati airport is in Kentucky, and I'm not making that up. Eagles at number 10 go Marcelino Ball, safety out of Indiana. Broncos take LeBrian Ray, defensive tackle out of Alabama. They double dip with defensive tackles in the third round, of course. They took one in this past class in 2019 in the form of Ohio State defensive tackle. I'm stalling because I can't remember his name. Of course, can remember where he went to school, can remember everything about him, can remember watching him. Draymond Jones. All right. Took me a second, but the Jets are on the board here at number 12, and they take Darrell Williams, a versatile offensive lineman from Mississippi State, could play guard as well. He's played that at Mississippi State for the Bulldogs. Bills now on the clock go with A.J. Terrell out of Clemson, the last cornerback in this class. Things are thinning out a bit, but not for the Lions as they go quarterback Jacob Eason of Washington, formerly of Georgia. Raiders go with Julian Okwara out of Notre Dame. I like that. Redskins take Cameron Dantzler, cornerback out of Washington. That's not true. He goes to Mississippi State, doesn't he? That might be an error in the class that I have to fix. Cameron Dantzler. I swear he goes to Mississippi State. Yeah, he does. I got to change that. But that's a good catch by me. So, it was good that we did this. Terrell Shaw is a fake player, but he goes to the Panthers. Bradley McFadden, also a fake player. I need to add more cornerbacks. Joe Bocci goes to the Kansas City Chiefs. At the Jaguars, take TJ McCoy. I kind of lisped there, but yeah. TJ McCoy is real. 49ers go Shane Lemieux out of Oregon. Interesting. Oh, and we're on the clock. Henry Ruggs. I mean, there's some... Let's see who's still available in the third. A ton of wideouts, man. They're going to be a ton. Henry Ruggs the third. Jalen Reagor. KJ Hill. Tylan Wallace. Devontae Smith. Michael Pittman Jr. There are a bunch of really, really good players still available and still real. Yet the CPU's taking fake cornerbacks. We'll see what the Giants go with here. Let's go ahead and advance to the next pick. And they take Emmanuel Cates out of Arizona. Not a real player. You're killing me, game. Chargers go with Jalen Reagor. That's better than Travis Benjamin, if I'm honest. And that's apparently like his play style. Or, not apparently, but Colts go with Sam Ehlinger. Backup quarterback for my Texas Longhorns. We'll see how he plays this year. Nick Harris to the Falcons. There goes another real player. Khaleke Hudson to the Raiders. Dallas Cowboys take Angelo Shelby, not a real player. Patriots go with Jaquarius Landrews out of Mississippi State. Browns take Chris Lucas, not a real player. Saints take not a real player. More cornerbacks go. There goes another offensive lineman. Prince Tega Winogo out of Auburn. Super Bowl champion Packers take not a real player. I want to see some of these wideouts go. They're staying on the board forever. J.K. Dobbins, another real player, goes to the Texans. Henry Ruggs to the Bucks. They beef up that receiving core even more. Thayer Munford, another real player, goes to the Dolphins. We'll do a couple more picks here. I want to see some of these wideouts go. As you guys see, that's another real player. Mitchell Wilcox, tight end, goes to the L.A. Rams. K.J. Hill goes to the Cardinals. Brandon Jones goes to the Bengals. This has actually been a lot more fun than I thought it might be. But Cam Akers to the Broncos. Bills, not going to take a real player. Lions, not... Well, he actually is real. Never mind. Maui Goa is real. Michael Pittman Jr. to the New England Patriots. Kyle Duggar goes to the Redskins out of Lenoir Rhine. Tylan Wallace goes to the Panthers. They take another wideout. There goes Najee Harris out of Alabama. People wanted him upgraded, but he's a one-trick pony, man. He's pretty good at trucking and all that as a power back. Just can't really upgrade him that much. I don't think he's going to go that high in the draft, even though I think he's a beast college running back. Chiefs go with Matt Hennessy out of Temple. He's real. Dexter Pitts, not a real player. 49ers, not a real player. And the Giants are on the clock again. Devontae Smith would be sick here. Don't let him go, Giants. They take a fake player who's a 59 overall at offensive tackle. Chargers go Kevin Jarvis. Colts go Cheyenne O'Grady. He's a real tight end out of Arkansas. Nate Stanley's a real player. Falcons get a backup QB. There goes Devontae Smith, and he goes to the Raiders at the end of the fourth. There goes Donovan Peoples-Jones to the Cowboys. Patriots go J.R. Reed out of Georgia. A few more picks here. Joe Burrow, backup quarterback out of LSU, goes to the Browns. Tommy Kramer, another real player, left guard out of Notre Dame, goes to the Saints. Ravens take Shea Patterson, another real like non-thrower quarterback out of Michigan. And the Packers, to round out this video, go with Hakeem Adeniji out of Kansas, another real player. So that was a lot of fun. Fun 4 rounds of drafting, but that's going to do it for me, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.